Hi everyone, welcome to Study Point classes. You are wondering why are we in the backyard? So our today's topic is morphology of flowering plant, and without seeing a plant, morphology is incomplete. So let's take a look how plants really look and how do we identify them. Morphology basically means the study of the physical characters which we can see from the outside. And here you can recognize different type of plants on the basis of different variety. Different characters. Let me show you some plants. You can recognize the type of different plant on the basis of their morphological characters. What kind of leaf they have, what kind of flower they have. There are different type of leaves and uh, patterns on the leaves, as you can see. Other than there are different type of leaves and flowers. We also have some of our distinct relative in our backyard enjoying the tasty vegetables. Hi everyone, welcome to our class. Have you ever wondered how countless shape, size, and color of the plant around us are organized? Why the sunflower look different from the hibiscus, yet both are flowering plants? Welcome to the Morphology of Flowering Plant, the study of external forms and structure of plant. In this chapter, we will explore the typical flowering plants from the root, stem, leaves, and flower to the fruit and seeds. We will learn how each part is modified to suit its function and how these modifications help the plant to adapt and survive in different environments. Understanding the morphology is like learning the language of plant. It helps us to identify specific characters, species, classify them into the correct, and even appreciate their economic importance. So let's begin our journey into the fascinating world of flowering plants and uncover the secrets hidden in their structure. Let's start our class by discussing how different part of plants are distributed amongst its body. The body organization of plant is divided into two parts: root and shoot system. The root system is the system which is below the ground, and the shoot system is which is above the ground. The root system. Let's start with the root system. Before going to the root, let's understand how root is formed. As we know, in the seed of flowering plants, there are other than cotyledons, there is embryo of the flower, which consists plumule and radicle. The plumule in the later stage forms the shoot system, and the radicle leads to the root system of the flower. And in dicots, the elongation of radicals form the primary roots. The primary root bear the lateral roots, which are secondary and tertiary. For example, if this is a root, The first one come out of it is the secondary root. This is our primary root. And the root which are coming directly from the primary root are called secondary roots. And if further from the secondary root another root is developing, then they are called tertiary roots. And if it occurs again, the tertiary will convert into the quaternary, and so on. So there are two type of roots found in the plants. One is taproot, as we have seen in the mustard. Another one is fibrous root. This is the example of taproot, in which a single thick roots which develop into the primary roots in dicotyledons. Now see the monocotyledons plant. These are the plant in which there is a single cotyledon, and the primary roots as developed from the radicle, it is short lived, and replaced by many roots arising from the base of the stem. These are called fibrous root system, seen in wheat, maize, and many grass plant. If suppose this is a plant, above the surface there is a stem from where leaf rises, right? And below the soil the root begin from the base of the stem. There are third type of root which are not found in all plants but found in many. These roots are called advantageous root. Advantageous roots are those roots which does not develop from the radicle of the plant but develops into the later stage of their life. For example, in some grasses, plant like monstera, banyan tree, there is these roots found in. You can see these roots arising from the stem. As you have seen money plant, the money plant also have these kind of advantageous roots to bind with the surface so that it can grow to a height. Main function of root. The function of root is mainly the absorption and transport of water to the upper part of the body. They also provide anchorage to the plant, means it holds the soil. Storage of reserve food material, as seen in many plants. Thus roots modify itself to store food for the longer time. The synthesis of plant growth regulators. These are the hormones or chemicals which are responsible for increase or decrease in the, not the decrease but just increase, because there is no reverse effect seen in the plants. Region of root. The root is majorly divided into three regions: root cap, region of meristematic activity, and region of elongation. Root cap is a timber like structure at the apex. Apex means, the word apex means top. The root cap protects the tip of the root so it can penetrate through the soil. The region of meristematic activity is just above the root cap. Suppose, let's see, this is the root cap, and this one is region for meristematic activity. The region of meristematic is just above the root cap. Small thin walled cell wall, they have small cell wall also with the thin cell wall with dense protoplasm. Cell divides repeatedly to produce new cells. Now from here a question arises, why they have thin cell wall and dense protoplasm, and because they divide rapidly they do not have to store food, and the thinningness of the cell wall make it easy to divide. Now after the region of meristematic activity there is the region of elongation. In this region, above the meristematic region, the cell undergoes rapid elongation or enlargement. Basically means they do not divide further, but they increase their sizes. They are responsible for the elongation of root, increase the length of root. Here you can see the region of meristematic activity, region of elongation, and then there is a region of maturation. We have already discussed these two region of the root cap, region of meristematic activity, and the region of elongation. Now we will discuss about the region of maturation. Maturation means basically means after the completion of the meristematic and elongation phase, the cell reaches at the mature phase, from where neither the elongation neither the meristematic division of cell can occur. They are basically permanent holders of their site. The region of maturation proximal to the elongation zones mean just above. The cell gradually differentiate and mature. Differentiate means to gain their final shape, and the roots hair rises from the some epidermal cells. The root hairs absorb the water and minerals from the soil. Root hair also increase the area of absorption from for the plant, because greater the area, the rate of absorption will be higher. Now we comes to the shoot system. The shoot system contains uh, flower, fruit, seed, and stem, and most importantly leaf. If we talk about the leaf are generally the flattened structure borne on the stem. They develop from the nodes and bear an auxiliary bud. In the exile, this auxiliary bud can develop into the branch. Leaves originate from the shoot apical meristem, and their arrangement is acropetal order. What is the acropetal order? Acropetal just means if the leaves start to grow, suppose this is a branch, the youngest leaf will be on the top, These are the young leaf, and the mature and most old one will be on the bottom. They are also the most important vegetative part of the plant, which is responsible for the photosynthesis. Parts of the typical leaf have three major parts. First is leaf base. Leaf base, if you see the picture, this is the leaf base where it joins with the stem, attaches the leaf to the stem. The bears two lateral small leaf-like structure called stipules. These small leaf-like structures are called stipules. In monocots, the leaf base expanded to form sheath covering the stem. Either it can cover partially or completely. In some plants, the base of the leaf gets swollen. For example, in leguminous plant. In leguminous plant, suppose this is a compound leaf. These are the leaflet of that plant, right? And from the base, it have a swollen part, which is attached to the stem. This is the stem. This uh, swollen part is known as pulvinus. Second important part is petiole. Petiole is basically the stalk between the leaf base this is the part between leaf base and lamina base. This is leaf base and this is lamina base, and this middle part is known as petiole. It holds the blade. Blade means lamina. It holds the blades to the stem. It is also long, thin, flexible. Petiole allows blade to flutter in the wind. Flutter basically means to move so that it cannot break by the heavy winds. Cools the leaf and bear fresh air in the leaf surface. Last one is lamina. Lamina is the leaf blade, the bigger part of the leaf. This one. This part of leaf is called leaf blade or lamina. It is the green expanded part of the plant of the leaf, which contains veins and veinlets. The major vein which is present in the mid, this one is called midrib, and the veins which are coming out of the midribs, they are also called vein. If there is a further divides, they are called secondary veins or veinlets. The vein provide two things to the leaf. They provide rigidity, also act as channel of water, minerals and food. The shape, margin, apex, surface and the extension of inclination of the lamina differs from leaves to leaves. If we talk about venation, there are two types of venation seen in the leaf. There is either reticulated or parallel venation. What is reticulated venation? Reticulated venation means when the venation rises from the midrib, and from the midribs there is division of veins. These are the called reticulated. The reticulated venation is further divided into two types: pinnately and pinnately and pinnately reticulated vein. This one you are seeing is a pinnately reticulated vein. When we talk about palmately, palms basically means hand. If there is a single midrib, as seen in this, the plant will venation will be called pinnately reticulated venation. If the midrib is not single but divided into many parts, like this, you have seen this type of leaf somewhere around, right? This kind of leaf are called palmately reticulated leaf. The mid leaf is not singular, and palmately is also two type. This is divergent, one more is convergent, or you can see in you have heard about the beer which we eat. This type of venation you have seen in those. If you see the leaf of a beer or berry, you can also identify this type of venation. Now if we come to the parallel venation, there are also the parallel venation means doesn't mean they exactly as math. The parallel means that it aligns with the midrib and are parallel to each other. The veins are parallel to each other. Near to parallel, not exactly parallel. They are near to parallel. And in some plants they can be divergent, means moving away from the same point, right? In some plant it can be convergent, like in this, they are coming together at the apex of the leaf. This is also a parallel venation. It is also seen in banana. There is a middle stalk and these are suppose the venation. You have seen banana leaf many times. If we talk about the leaf type of leaf, they are of two types, simple and compound. Simple leaves are those leaves which are in which the midrib is away from this margin. This is the margin. The margin do not touch the midrib. They can be like this, and this one. In this, the margin is not touched by the midrib either. But in some plant, example is this is the people you have seen in your local. If we talk about the also the leaf of the guava and mango, they are the simple leaves in which the margin do not touches with the midrib. But you have seen the plant of neem, right? The neem is example of a plant having compound leaf. The compound leaf means the leaf margin is touching with the midrib, right? And these singular smaller structure are called leaflets. These leaflets are small leaf-like structure which are not found in proper leaf. Leaflets are the part of compound leaf. Compound leaves are also of two types. As you can, this is the pinnately compound leaf, and there is palmately compound leaf. In pinnately compound leaves, the leaflet grows along with the length of midrib, right? And this is called rachis. In palmately compound leaf, the leaf origin from the leaflet origin from same point, like this one. Example is seen in silk, cotton and gulmohar. This begins at the tip of petiole. If we talk about the pilotaxy is the arrangement of leaf along with the branch. The pattern of arrangement of leaves on the stem or branch is called pilotaxy. The pilotaxy is of three types: alternate, opposite and fold. If we talk about the alternate one, in alternate, the leaf are positioned on alternate position, each node, right? There is one leaf per node. For example, China rose, as you have seen in the school, mustard and sunflower. If we talk about opposite, there are a pair of leaf which is present on each node. Example is Coloptoris. Coloptoris is also known as arc, gavava. And then there comes the whorls. M- More than two leaves arise from the single node. They are called whorl. For example, Elastonia. The leaf arrange themselves from the single point of origin. Here you can see from a single node there can be more than two. There are more than two, even about five or six, sometimes six or seven leaf rise from a single point. So that's all for today. Hope you like the video, and if you like the video, kindly subscribe the channel, and we will meet tomorrow on the further topics. Thank you. Have a nice day. And back to class. Today we are going to study about these different characters of the plant, which includes the type shoot system and root system, and what are the basic differences and similarities between these parts, and what are the variations present in this.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more such video.
If you have to describe a sadabar fool, you will describe as a flower plant which have